I can prove you're unhappy.
It just died suddenly.
Hey, you're probably sad. That's fine. Everyone in America is. I'll prove it with some statistics, but also I'm going to pull some shit out of my ass. I can prove by the end of this video you're either unhappy, dumb, or a sociopath. All right, let's break it down by demographics. A working person. 12% of you are below the poverty line, so let's go ahead and knock you out. If you're below the poverty line, okay, I'm not saying money buys happiness. Money buys the things you need, and that provides happiness, okay? If you can't afford food, you might be a little unhappy. You might be or hungry. Okay, there's a fourth thing you can be. You can be unhappy, dumb, a sociopath. You're just hungry. I just need some food. I'm going to lump hungry into unhappy. I've never met a happy, hungry person. Everyone who's waiting on food at a restaurant is like, what's wrong with them? What are they doing back there?
Fuck, won't you uncall for my ass, bitch?
Below the poverty line, you're not happy. Let's say you're like at it or right above. Okay, you got a somewhat decent job. It's not paying for everything. You have to pick and choose. Is it lights this month? Is it this month? Am I gonna eat? All right, let's say you're middle class. There's not a lot of you. This won't take long. It's the worst place to be because when you're below the poverty line, there's a little bit of fun. Let's be real. There's a little bit of excitement in your life. It's like the first 20 minutes of a coming of age movie about a rapper. Really, all of 8 Mile. Really, he never got famous in 8 Mile. In 8 Mile, he just didn't choke in the last battle. That's it. And hooked up with that girl in a warehouse because that's where poor people mate. Hey, girl, you want to come back to the factory? So now you go to work. You work at the same factory from the extremely Goofy movie. You remember the one? He's making toys. Goofy was making toys. Do you remember how sad Goofy was at the factory? You want to know why Goofy was unhappy? It's because he wasn't stupid. Okay? Goofy was smart enough to know that he was in a dead-end job and his kid hates him. What an extremely Goofy movie that was. Upper middle class. You guys are starting to get a little less unhappy because all your needs are met, but there's still that hole. So you try to fill that hole with a pool in your backyard. You try to fill a hole by putting a hole in your backyard, you idiot. You got some stuff. Good for you. You realize the stuff, it's not cutting it. So you're still unhappy. Unless you're like, oh, I have accomplished my thing, and then you're dumb. Honey, we got the pool. Dummy. So far, everyone's just dumb and unhappy. Now we're getting into rich people. This is the top 1% of people. This is your Zuckerbergs, your Bill Gateses, your Bezoses. They're zazzed. They're jazzed. They're razzmatazzed. You're cool as a cucumber if you're in the top 1%. Getting all that money and making everybody else unhappy, which is why if you're at the tippy top 1%, evil. That's the way to get in. There's a gate at the top 1%, and it goes, hey, how did you exploit people? Oh, here's my list. And then they go, oh, right this way. Come over here. Okay, look, I know I joke and I kid, but you know what your iPhone's made out of? Slave labor. That's what your iPhone's made out of. Thanks, Apple. Steve Jobs is a real good guy, huh? Oh, Steve Jobs, what a great inventor.
Oh, crap, Black. Bro, Buster, come here! I brought her back just like you.
If you're poor, you're unhappy. Middle class, unhappy, but some of you are dumb. If I could make a graph, everyone's unhappy down here. And then the higher you get, there's some dumb people. Some dumb people have a little more money, and they're fine, and they're dumb. And then you get a little higher, and then the unhappy people start to fade out. Now it's mostly dumb people, and then the higher you get, it's evil. Evil people up here. But you know what nobody is? Nobody is happy, smart, and good. Nobody. Subscribe.